Hi everyone, this is Dori with the Victor Farmington Library, and I'm back again to tell you about the teen craft of the week. This week we are making paracord bracelets. So in this tutorial I'm going to tell you how to make one of these. They're really fun and easy to make once you get the hang of it. The pattern we're doing is called the cobra weave. So let's get started. So the main thing you'll need to make the bracelet is some paracord. You will need about 8 feet of paracord. If you were able to pick up a kit from the library, you should have some cord that is just about 8 feet long, so that should be the right length. If you weren't able to pick up a kit, you can buy the paracord a lot of different places. You can get it at sporting goods stores, you can get it at craft stores, you can often buy it at some place like Walmart. It's easy to find. You will also need a pair of scissors for cutting the cord, and then you will need either a lighter or some glue to use to finish the ends of the cord when you're done with your bracelet so that it doesn't fray. Just make sure if you're using a lighter or super glue that you get permission or adult supervision before doing that. Now, optionally, if you happen to have a clipboard, it can be really helpful to use to hold the cord in place while you're weaving. So if you do happen to have a clipboard or something you can clip the cord to, that'll make things a lot easier. To start, you're going to want to take your 8 feet of paracord and you want to cut it into 2 pieces. One piece should be about 5.5 feet long and the second piece should be about 2.5 feet long. If you have a piece that's already 8 feet long, the easiest way to do this is just to fold it into thirds. So I'm just going to do that here. So I've taken my cord and I've folded it into thirds. So now I'm just going to cut one of the folds. This gives me 2 pieces, a shorter piece that should be about 2.5 feet long, and a longer piece that should be about 5.5 feet long. So just to make this easier to watch, when I'm working, I'm going to use 2 different colors. Start with your shorter piece. That's the piece that's about 2.5 feet long. And you're going to just fold it in half evenly. And then you want to wrap it around your wrist to figure out what size you want your bracelet to be. And then put a knot in the cord to make it the right length. And then test the size by just folding the cord over the knot. This will be the size of your bracelet. You'll see I'm doing it quite loose. That's because once we weave the second cord onto this, it adds a lot of bulk. So it's better to start off with it loose, and then later on you can adjust the size. So this is the piece that we're going to start with. Like I said, if you have a clipboard, it makes it a lot easier in terms of holding your cord. So I'm just going to lay this shorter piece of paracord down in front of me vertically, and I'm just clipping the very end under the clipboard. Now you want to take your longer piece and then fold the longer piece in half evenly so that you can find the center. Now I'm going to put the center of this longer piece underneath the shorter piece about 1 inch from the top. Okay, so we have our cord laid out in a T shape. To start, we're going to take the right side of our long piece of cord, so this one here, and cross it over the center, forming a backward C like that. Then we're going to take the left side of the cord and bring it down to cross over the bottom of the C. And take the end of your cord and you're going to pass it under the middle cord and pull it out through the center of this backward C. And then just pull the knot tight. And adjust the position of the knot, especially for this first one, so that it's about an inch below the top of the center piece of cording. This loop at the top, that's going to be the loop that holds the knot at the end onto your wrist. So you don't want it too big or the knot will slip out, and you don't want it too small. I did that the first bracelet I made, and then it makes it really hard to get the knot in. Okay. So now we're going to repeat that same pattern just on the other side. Make a C with the cord on the left. Take the cord on the right and take the end. Cross it over the bottom of the C. Pass it under the middle piece and out through the center of the C. Again, pull it tight. And we're going to just keep repeating the same pattern, alternating sides each time. Once you get a handle on how to do the knot, it actually goes really quickly. Cross it over, go underneath the middle and out through the middle of the C. And we're going to just keep repeating this until we get down to the end of our cord. So again, you're going to keep weaving the knots until you get to about 1 or 2 inches below the knot on the bottom of your centerpiece, or until you run out of cord. Looks like I am just about out of cord, but I'm also just about at the right place. Okay. So once you get to the bottom, just pull the cords tight. And then before we cut off any of the excess, we just want to check the fit on our wrist. And this is when we can adjust the size of the bracelet if we want to. So I'm just going to put it around my wrist. Put the knot through the loop. There we go. That seems to be just about the right size for me, so I don't need to adjust that. If you find that the bracelet is too tight, you can just move the knot down a little bit. If it's too loose, move the knot up. We are now ready to finish up our paracord bracelet by cutting and sealing the ends of the cord. I'm going to start with the ends of the long piece of cord that we weaved around the center. So I'm just going to cut them very close to the bracelet. Now you do need to do something to seal the ends where the cord was cut, because paracord will continue to fray if you don't seal it. In the past, I did seal it by using a drop of super glue. I just put 1 drop on the cut ends of the cord and let it dry, and that worked. Most people use a lighter to melt the ends, and actually I think it comes out a little bit more finished that way. Just be careful. If you use a lighter, make sure you have permission, and or adult supervision. So I'm just going to take my lighter and I'm just going to touch the flame to the end of the cord for 1 to 2 seconds and then quickly press the metal part of the lighter against the part I just melted to flatten it down. There you go. And you see I'm actually probably melted a little too much. It melted away more of the blue, but still it worked. It melted. Now I'm going to do the other side. Again, 1 to 2 seconds, and then quickly press the metal part of the lighter to flatten it. There we go. And that is sealed. Now I'm going to do the ends by the knot. Again, I'm just going to cut these short, close to the knot. Take my lighter, and again, a couple seconds, press the metal part against it to flatten it down. And there it is. Just make sure you're careful if you use the lighter. Don't touch the bracelet until you're sure it's cooled. Mine cooled down really quickly, but be cautious. So our paracord bracelet is done. Now all we got to do is put it on our wrist and wear it. Yay! Actually, the great thing about a paracord bracelet is now you have over 5 feet of super strong cord on your wrist. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need rope or strong cord, just take off your bracelet, untie the weaving, and you have super useful cord to use. Hope you had fun and enjoyed making your bracelets. I'd love to see what you made. So if you did make a bracelet, take a picture and send it to me. Thanks for watching. See everyone soon. Check in next week for our teen craft of the week.